Good morning, my little dumpster fire babies. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope that everyone's day is off to a wonderful, fantastic start. If this is, however, your first time here, or if you have been here a couple of times but have not yet hit that subscribe button, I invite you to do so. Click the little bell to be notified of all my future uploads. As well as, if you guys enjoy this video, definitely give this video a thumbs up. And let's dive into today's video, which is testing out some more new makeup. I love doing these videos. Makeup makes me happy. New makeup releases some serotonin. Purchasing the new makeup releases some serotonin. You know, we all need that. Okay, maybe we don't, but like, I feel like I do. Okay, so what makeup products do we have today? So I finally got my hands. I had ordered it a while ago. It was a pre-order. Finally got this in the mail. This is the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Glamorous Palette. This is a very beautiful palette, I must say. I'm so excited to be able to play with that. I also purchased some of the Tarte Maracuja lip creams that they just came out with, as well as some lip liners. I have this gloss from Euphoria that I just now saw on Ulta. I don't know if they're like a brand new brand. I've never heard of them before until now. Rare Beauty, we have tried out one of her previous highlighters, but we do have another highlighter that is a little bit darker, slightly a little bit more pink as well. So I hope that's not too dark for me, but whatever, we'll find out. Then from Adept Cosmetics, I have more of those little palettes. So I have another like bronze and highlight palette. This is a little bit dark. I don't know if it'll be too deep. I have a feeling it probably will, but I'm gonna try to see if I can make it work. And then this is like their blush palette. Looks like it has a little bit of a highlight as well. Not sure you would really need a highlighter when using these two blushes because they are also very, very highlighty. And then I bought some more Nabla eyeliners. I really like the black one and the navy one for like in the waterline. I have used some of their more neutral ones as like for the lips because originally that's how I thought they were supposed to be used, and I like them for the lips. They do well on the lips too. So I bought these to kind of try. I think they would go well with either of the looks that I could possibly come up with. And then I have the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Powder Foundation. And then I also have from Juvia's Place the I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. So I want to try this as a foundation, use this as a setting powder. If I don't like it as a setting powder, then you will probably see this in another video where I try this out as just foundation. So that is all of the things that we are trying. So if you guys are excited to see what look I come up with, how I rank these products at the end, then definitely keep on watching. I like to start off with my eyes. My eyes are already prepped and primed, so we're getting ready to go on into this palette. We will be doing some swatches. Before we get started, I just want to say, if you can hear my kids, I apologize. I usually try to film when they are not home, you know, usually at school or whatever the case may be. This is not happening these next couple of weeks because it is winter break and it's Christmas time. They just got their presents. They're excited. They're playing with them. So I have them in their rooms with the door closed. My house isn't that big, so I apologize if you can hear them, but they're living their best life. So, okay. So we're going to start off again with this Glaminatrix Glamorous Palette. I have used this, I will preface this. But this looks very, very beautiful. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead, dive on into some swatches. So first off, right here at the bottom, we have the shade Twinkle. This is a yellow with a green type of shift and a little bit of pink. I don't know if you can really catch it on camera or not. Next up is going to be Regal. This is a matte purple. Then next up is Belle. This is a bronzy brown with a shift of green in it as well. Next up we have Luxe, which is a matte teal. Following up we have Generous. This is a very pretty like rose gold shimmer. I love rose golds. Next up we have Tempting. This is a like matte burgundy type shade. Moving on to the next row, we have Sweetly. This is a matte berry. Then we have the shade Dreamy. This is a purple with some lilac and blue shift in it. Then we have Style. This is a matte mint green. Then we have Opulence, which is, this is a green, a lime green with some purple and blue type sparkles in it. You can really see the blue over the purple. Next up is Package. This is a light purple type of matte. And last up is Curls, which is a purplish brown. It is mostly brown, but like when you look at it like in person, you're just like, you can see where they would mix in with the brown some purple. Okay, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so right, what do I want to do? We could do a really purple look. Okay, we could do a really green look. We could do a really berry look. I do want to try out like one of the Cupid Arrows liners. So I do want to make sure that like it stays within one of those. So like a purple or like a green. I feel like I've done quite a few purples on my own. So let's try out using some of these greens that look very stunning, I might say. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive on into the shade right here called Style. I'm going to pick that up on my brush. There is not a lot of kick up. Like I would say like a few specks, and it coated my brush. So I'm just going to lightly start with this. Okay. You know, hold on. I need so satisfying. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. And I think this is going to be a shade. Yep. That's going to really need to be packed on and then blended out. So, a brush not as fluffy originally going in would probably be best with this shade. Okay. Alright, well, the thing about this is it is really dark and pigmented right here and then nothing here. I know these kinds of tones are really hard to formulate, so, you know, and it's not terrible. Right, it's not like the worst I've ever tried, but you do really need to really pack this color on to get what you are looking for. Okay, I'm just going to continue packing. You know what? Let's try a more dense brush. I'm going to try one of these brushes. Right, it's a little bit more dense, a little bit more packful. There we go. That's what we needed. We needed something a little bit more impactful. So I'm just going to kind of start stamping it lower down. Right? Just build up that amount of color so then I can start blending it out and up. Okay, so this is probably the way. That's the way to go. Then we're going to move on into the shade right here called Luxe. And I'm going to move that a little bit lower down. So this one has a little bit more kick up than that original shade we had. Again, it coats my brush nicely. I think I want to start off with putting a little bit on my outer corner and then start blending this inward a little bit more. Again, this may be another shade that we have to really work on packing and building, building up first. It's not near as bad as the first shade, but again, these are like harder greens to formulate than like, those really grunge greens. And they're one of the first one was definitely like a little bit more on the going towards pastel, right? Those are hard to formulate. But okay, let's try taking that shade and on the packer brush. Yes, here we go to the right, y'all. I will say when I do give my final review, I'm not going to just base it off of these colors because I have played with the other ones and they are very good and they do not take this level of just like building and packing and blending. So this is just exclusively to the green shades thus far. I want to take that exact same packer brush. I'm going to go into the shade right here called Curls and really pack that on the outer corner on top of that green. I think that'll make kind of like a pretty like greenish brown type shade. It'll be perfect for the outer corner, I think, anyways. Maybe I need to trust the process. I feel like the green version of Mimi from the Drew Carey show. If you know, you know. I'll put a picture. This is not, it's not going well. Okay. All right, so for shimmer, I want this opulent shade all over the lid. And the one spot that Glaminatrix never disappoints in is their incredible shimmer formula. You guys, their shimmer formula is very, very good. I feel like whenever it is duochrome type of shades, I feel like I can really, you know, I'm able to tell the duochromeness. See, like it's like green, it's like blue, and it's just like perfect with this, right? Even though we're Mimi Baggins, like it's fine. This is fine. We're gonna trust the process. We are back now, ready to try this Juvia's Place I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. This has 40 mils. For 40 mils, that's interesting. Shake well with cap facing downward. Peel off. Okay. Well, okay, so I've got this down. To apply, use a brush or sponge to blend all over the face. Medium to full coverage. Full coverage is not my favorite. This is an easy glide foundation for a flawlessly radiant and luminous complexion, both lightweight and long wear. This weightless, water-resistant formula is made with, oh my gosh, I feel like I don't know. Okay, with acerola cherries and rich in vitamins A and C. This formula comes in a variety of shades with buildable medium coverage that will leave the skin hydrated with a natural glow. I have mine in the lightest shade. Like, obviously, of course. Hold on. Am I doing this wrong? Oh, shit. Hold on. I think I just accidentally opened. I did. I opened the whole thing. Alright, so let's start trying to pump this bad boy out. This is taking a minute. I can look at this. The foundation's already starting to cave in as I'm trying to pump out product. It says 40 mils is in here, but not anything has come out. And the tube is just caving in. Like, what is going on? There we go. We're starting to get some now. Okay. So this is how much the tube has caved in on itself trying to get some product. So, okay. I'm going to start off on the back of my hand. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. I feel like even one pump might be too much for me. This does have a fragrance. It does. It smells like watermelon. I am pleasantly surprised by how well this, how good this smells, because it smells so good. I still have a lot left on the back of my hand. I really don't feel like I need that much. No, I may have picked up too much again for just my forehead. So this is very, very easy to get a lot of, right? Like, I did not even need a full pump. Like, I probably could have just done half a pump and been happy with my life. Like, because I still have quite a bit. It's not like a ton, but I do have quite a bit on the back of my hand. This is full coverage. This is full coverage. This is full coverage. It's not looking terrible on the skin. I really feel like I need very, very minimal amount of this. Like, very, very minimal for me to be happy with it. You know, it does look heavy, like around the nose area, a little bit around the chin. I feel like face and forehead look okay, but yeah, I feel like they just so badly want everything to just be full coverage. And I am one of those people where I would perfectly be happy with a medium or less coverage. you know, especially for a Radiant foundation. Just because, you know, Radiance can sometimes emphasize your texture, your lines, things like that. So trying to make it overly full coverage, I feel like it's really emphasizing my texture a lot. Like a lot. Okay. All right. We're now going to go ahead and try to set the face with this foundation powder. I will say this is very, very silky smooth. It does, you know, provide a little bit of coverage, does well with kind of blurring. So I'm just going to take a very little bit amount of this though and just start kind of setting around my face. And then kind of go underneath the eyes, on the nose, just here and there, and then finish out the rest of the way around my face, like so. All right, now the moment of truth, right? Everything looks good, far away. Actually, I think the powder may have almost saved this. It looks really good now. It looks really good. Okay, I really like that powder. I do want to try that powder on top of like a foundation I really love, but then I also want to try the foundation, the powder just by itself. So this will definitely, that will be making a debut in quite a few more videos. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start moving on into the cheek products and the lower lash line. Let's go ahead, let's just do the lower lash line now. I'm just going to go ahead and start with this packing brush. And we're just going to do the exact same thing on that we did on the top lid on the lower. All right, so I just copied what I did. Why it looks so much better on the lower lash line, I don't know, but here we are. So now I want to take the Cupid's Arrow liner and I want to see how this looks in the waterline. It's a very nice mint, so I'm hoping this shows up and looks good. Hoping. Ooh, it does. Ooh, it does. Okay. I like it a lot. This shade right here is because this also has a good amount of green. So I feel like this will be good for the inner corner. Yeah, it really pulls a lot more green with this eye look than it looks in the pan. Because when I look at it in the pan, it looks really yellow. And even on the brush, it looks like it's super yellow. But I feel like it almost like these colors help make it pull green. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. That's what I needed. Hello. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on into the face complexions. So you do have, I feel like, you know, I could really go in with like a shimmery bronzer if I wanted. I don't want a shimmery, this shimmery of a bronzer. So I'm just gonna tap in very lightly to the first matte shade and just kind of stipple it in lightly because this can go overboard, I have a feeling, pretty quickly. Actually, it's not doing bad. Like, this is looking pretty good, actually. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I can definitely build this up. Stipple this on, build this up. Here we go. This actually builds up really nicely. I thought it was going to be too deep, but honestly, I think it has a really good layering aspect to it. I don't feel like I got out of hand. I think where the issue is now going to lie is going to be in these brushes. I guess we'll go with this. The middle one, I guess. Okay. I don't know. I'm just taking a little bit. I'm really nervous. Oh, la la. Really nervous. Hello. Welcome to the show that is about to be ruined. We're doing opera today. Just, you know. If you're not new here, Spotify's back. If you are new here, yeah, I'm like spot. Okay, do you see? Yeah, that provides a glow. A very heavy glow to the point I don't feel like I need a highlighter. I feel like that could be overkill. We are now back to try out some lips. So I have these from Tarte. These are the Maracuja. So these are now lip creams. So originally they had like these lippy glossy things. I literally had some like right here in front of me. And of course, now that I need them, I can't find them. But whenever I didn't need to find them, they were in the way. Does this happen to anybody else, or is it just me? Okay, well, of course I can't ever find it, but they were definitely very like glossy almost, or like a very balmy type of like texture. So this time these lip creams they're still glossy, but they do represent more of like a lipstick with maybe like a sheen to it or a glossy look to it. So I do have two lip liners. So the first lip liner that is going to be right here, this one is a little bit more of like a brown. This is called Rosy Brown. That makes sense. And then the next one right here, this one is called Dusty Rose. And then for the lip options, we have this one right here, which is a little bit lighter. That is mauve. And then this one right here is mulberry. It's kind of hard to decide like what I think is going to go best, but I think this lip with this liner, I think that's going to be best. So we're going to start with the lip liner. I will say for this lip liner, it looks like it's already been extremely used. And I'm just like, what part of this? Does it twist up or no? No, but it does have a sharpener. All right. Okay, so this is very, very creamy. Let's see if this will have good staying power. Are these gonna have good staying power? Holy mother bear. Look at this. Do y'all see that? This is gonna have good staying power. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Okay, so then the next one that we're gonna go into with is going to be this mulberry shade. Okay. I'm gonna start really focusing it on the center. And then we'll just kind of tap out with my finger. Yeah, okay. It almost feels like it has a coconut scent taste to it too, without like, you're not really tasting it like you are, I don't know. That makes sense. It doesn't have quite the hydration that the other ones do. This definitely is more of like a cream, a lipstick, like it does, as it says. But that lip liner is really, really pretty. I don't think this is going to have really good staying power. Yeah, no. So the lip option probably is not going to have, it does not have very good staying power, but I still cannot get these lip liners off. Like, oh my God. I'm still, like, I have to like literally like digging at them to get them off. So these are going to have good staying power, which is what I'm always looking for. So here is the completed and final look, testing out some new makeup. I feel like the eye look came a little bit more together, but still not there. This is probably not my favorite look with this palette. The greens probably, so you just have to work with them a lot more. Whereas the other shades that I've played around with, you didn't. So let's go ahead, let's go get into my final thoughts on all the products that I have tried, ranking them from my least favorite to my most favorite. So coming in last place is going to be this Juvia's Place Natural Radiant foundation. Okay, I was so excited for this because they had come out with a stick foundation, and then they had the other I Am Magic that came in like a little like peach color, and so many people loved that, but it was just too full coverage, too matte, too drying for my skin. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, finally we're getting somewhere with like us with like some real dry textured skin. And I just felt like it missed the mark. This took forever to pump out, and it literally like depleted the tube. You don't need a lot of this. I literally put one pump, and the one pump wasn't even that big, and that was still too much. I felt like it was just so heavy and really cakey and just really emphasizing my textures. I was just not happy with this. I'm gonna try it using maybe different primers. I used my Nabla one and my e.l.f. Power Grip. I'm gonna try something else, see if maybe I can get this to work, and then literally taking the smallest amount that has ever existed on my face to see if I like this more. But right now I just don't. The rest of the products I'm going to talk about, I actually like all of them a lot. So it was really hard to rank, but it must be done. So next up are going to be these Adept Palettes. Excuse me. Are going to be these Adept Palettes. I'm just going to put them together. So first off is this palette right here. I honestly thought that it was going to be a little bit too dark for me, but I found that literally if you just tap in lightly and just like build it up, you can get a really pretty finish, really pretty color without going overboard. So I do appreciate that. With this, I could maybe use the other two as like a shimmery bronzer. I don't mind a shimmery bronzer, here and there, but if it's this shimmery, I don't want that shimmery of a bronzer. Okay, like a little sheeny glow, but that would be way too much for me to want as a bronzer. So for these, I could use them for like more neutral, natural blushes that I would want some sheen to, that I may not want to have a highlighter with. These blushes intimidated me. I am not going to lie. I was so intimidated by them, but I really just dabbled in, and again, I just built it up, and I felt like it was very built up friendly. I will say though, this does kind of emphasize my texture quite a bit where you see the sheen, and I feel like that's very common in like products like these. So I would be kind of excited to see them come out with some matte blushes and maybe like a highlighting palette. I think I would really appreciate that a little bit more. Next up are going to be the Tarte Maracuja lip creams. This is very, very comfortable. I thought the colors were really nice and good. It's definitely more of like a lipstick, whereas the products that they had come out with before was more of like a balm or a glossy type of thing. So I do really, really like these. Are they revolutionary, mind-blowing? No. But do I like them? Yes. Next up is going to be this Juvia's Place powder. I really thought this really saved the day and really helped smooth things over with like the Radiant foundation, kind of help blur. I'm really excited to see what this is going to look like with foundations that I love and like my normal like makeup that I really enjoy, or just using this as like a powder foundation, which usually I don't enjoy because again, my skin is dry, but I'm definitely going to be filming more videos and like trying them out like that way. Next up is going to be the Glamorous Palette. I love this palette. This is a very pretty palette. The shimmers kill it. Like the shimmers always steal the show for me. Glaminatrix has a killer shimmer formula, especially with like their duochromes. Fantastic. Usually their mattes are fantastic as well. These two greens were just really, really hard to work with, but I have played with all of these other shades. These two are the only shades that I hadn't played around with yet. And they worked perfectly. I literally had no problems, no issues. It was easy to use. It's just the greens. Like I don't have to work as hard as I had to. In second place is going to be this Cupid's Arrow. Oh, I love this. I love these. These are very, very pigmented. They set beautifully in the waterline, and I don't find that they leave throughout the day. I find that when I'm going and taking my makeup off later at night, that this is still there. These are so good. If you want something that's going to be good for your waterline, this is it. Point blank, period, no questions asked. Okay? All right, this is my little magic wand or whatever, but these are good. These are good, good, good. To my number one product, which are probably going to be the lip liners. These lip liners are very good. They are creamy. They are very, like, they just glide right on, but they also have apparently really good staying power. I do not like though how like you start off with like just like the very minimum coming out, and it's like a hard plastic that you'll have to work on, you know, sharpening, which is always annoying. But these are good. So creamy, pigmented. You can still see my line perfectly, and the staying power I'm hoping is as good as I think it's going to be. That is it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to go hit that subscribe button, click the little bell if you guys have not already. What products do you like from this collection? Let me know if you picked any of these up, what you like, what you don't. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye!